Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back with some more Rise of Mordor action for you today. We are back in Middle-earth, and we are here with a glorious 4v3 siege for you today. And as you can see, Dunland is preparing to defend the walls with his hordes of shock infantry. Oh my gosh, there is a lot of Dunherd chosen being thrown up onto this wall, and you already see that they're actually already throwing their axes. Not quite sure where they're throwing their axes at. I don't know if they're thinking they're going to take out these siege towers with the axes. I don't know what they're thinking, but there they go. They get their great axes out, and they're going to do some work on these walls. And yeah, you can see we've got Blood Avengers as well, waiting down and below. We've got some on the walls as well. But yeah, this is going to be an excellent 4v3. I am sure of it. I'm looking forward to seeing these shock infantry just cut down just hordes of Uruk-hai, it would seem. It looks like they're going to be facing first. But we also have two Eastling armies on the defense in this one, so it's kind of like an evil defense, but there are also evil forces attacking, so it's a strange one today, put it like that. We also have Gondor attacking alongside the Eastlings, and we have Linden, and we also have the Dwarves of Erebor here today as well. So they are going to look like they're going to be landing the Dwarves with no real issues over here. There are actually some walls as well that are 81%. Surprised no one brought some artillery to knock these down. But it seems like the Eastlings are going to be defending like the higher levels of this settlement, and they are defending a little bit down here as well. It seems like Dunland really wants to defend these walls, which is probably a good idea because his shock infantry will do really well on the walls, but anywhere in these streets necessarily, he could just get focused down. And you can see Isengard is really not wanting to land on these walls. He is waiting, and yeah, I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to land on these walls as well, seeing all these angry wildmen waiting to just chop you down. But yes, if you're enjoying seeing Rise of Mordor on the channel, I would like to see some more Lord of the Rings action, whether it's Rise of Mordor, whether it's whether it's Last Alliance, or even maybe Third Age. I know a few of you guys have mentioned Third Age. Then do let me know in the comments. I'd be more than happy to do some more. Certainly, like Third Age has been really on my mind. I know this is a Rise of Mordor battle, but Third Age has really been on my mind, and thinking since you all guys, a lot of you are really enjoying the DEI streams, maybe we should do a Third Age stream. Maybe do a Third Age campaign. I'd really like to get back into the modern play a little bit more on the certainly on the channel. But yes, anyway, on with today's battle. It seems like the attackers are going to take their time anyway. I can't actually remember what this map's called. If anyone does know, let me know in the comments. But I actually can't remember what this map's called. Don't see it very often. But I do remember when it was last played, Gondor was defending against like armies of like orcs, like Dol and Mordor, I think they were facing. And they did a really good job in sort of like tiered defenses, but I guess because there are 4v3 in this one, they don't have the numbers. Well, actually they do, the defense. They actually have more men, but it's only because they have elite troops of the attackers. I guess because they just have one less army, they think, well, we're going to have to defend a smaller area, which is fair enough. It's not a bad idea. But yeah, it certainly seems like it's going to be, I don't know. It's going to be a close one, I can imagine, since it's been obviously sent in. But I don't know. It just seems like these things giving up so much territory early on is a bit of a mistake. But I'm not sure. I feel like you could, certainly if they had maybe like a cav unit or something. Like they have cav here as well. Look, they have Varag Lancers. You want to send this unit down. These elves, I mean especially, punish them for just standing here. They haven't actually even brought in their archers yet. Their archers are like a long way away. You could just punish these units here with with the cav and do so much damage to these elves. I mean, the dwarves as well. I mean, the dwarves I would rather not charge. They're like, out of any of the factions in Rise of Mordor, this is the last unit I want to charge with a cavalry unit, is Erebor. They just don't seem to die when you hit them with the cavalry. Elves, though, they're very squishy. You could kill these guys with cav, definitely. But yeah, we're still kind of waiting on this, still waiting on the landing party. Like, Dunland is really slowing down the attackers to the sense that they're not attacking. But here you go, as a breach has been opened. It seems like a few Blood Avengers have been killed. We have some Dunherd swords ready as well to go. And it looks like we might be able to see the first bit of combat here. Might be White and Stormers going through this breach to try and take out the Dunherd swords. Certainly, well, the White and Stormers should win that fight. They are elite swords compared to the Dunherd trained. I mean, they are also far more expensive. I'm surprised they haven't just gone in, to be honest. This is a fight that they can win. There's no real, like, benefit to just waiting around. There's also no benefit for not, there's no like reason not to wait around as well. Basically, they could do what they want there. It's what I'm trying to say. They could wait around, but I mean, this might as well attack. They're not attacking anywhere else. But you can see here the duel already starting here. Blackroot Vale archers dueling with Elder archers. And that is going to be the first real engagement of the battle. It's not even a melee fight. It's going to be a bit of a skirmish we're going to have first. The honest, these Blackroot Vale archers kind of sucky, but so are the Elder archers, really. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter that much who wins that fight then, because they're not really losing too much. Noldor, like, Linden. Oh, here we go, though, finally. So we did actually see a charge here, finally. Did actually miss it because I was paying attention to those archers. But yeah, the cav did go in. Look at that. In one charge, they killed like 20 elves there. And that, I mean, they should go again. They should keep going. Hit these elves when they can. I mean, here he is coming back down, it looks like it. Or he's going to at least stay at the top of the ridge. And they haven't got archers set up of the attackers. So they can't, like, just go, well, we'll just shoot the cav. The cav could just stay here as long as it wants and stop any sort of attacks. And you can see instantly, like, Linda was going to have its troops. And he's like, you know what, we're going to go through this gate. And then they got, nah, we're going to have to come back over it. It's like the cavs ruined our entire plan. Why have they got a Loki emacement just waiting up here? It seems a bit of a strange position for that unit, but I don't know. Maybe they're going to just hold on to it there and just use it as like a flanking unit. I have really no idea. Looks like the attackers also are trying to do damage. Oh, yeah, they've got a really nice angle here with their Blackroot Vale archers. And they're shooting into the flank of these Dunherd Chosen. And the Dunherd Chosen, they really need to get off this wall. Either they need to get off this wall and just give the... Oh, actually, maybe not. You know what? I would take it back. They're finally going to be seeing Gondor. Gondor is thinking, you know what? We've wasted too much time here. I'm going to land a tower. I'm going to see what happens. Still no attack in that choke point. But yeah, Gondor is going to be the first to attack. I mean, I think he's going to be... He might be okay because of the archer support. But these Dunherd Chosen, they're still going to kill a lot of these... oh, I say that. Kill a lot of these Gondorians, but the Gondor seems like he's stopped again. Maybe he's quite happy just shooting the Dunherd Chosen. You can see they're moving along the wall, trying to get out of range, those Blackroot Vale. I don't think they are really out of range. The cav there looked like it was going to go for another charge, then didn't. Erebor form shield wall. Looks pretty safe. Apart from this guy here, he'd be hit. You'd be a fool to stay here, sir. You've broken your shield wall, and you'll die for that. But yeah, it seems like the attackers taking it really slow. Even though the army advantage, I think they are pretty worried about some of these defenses. What we got here? We got mansion reclaims for a general. Erebor looks like he might be the first to attack, to be honest. I mean, the Erebor Axeroy is going in against Lokirim. I think he's got a good chance there. Only obviously the worry is he's going to have to put one straight into the choke point, one here to defend the flank, so the cav can't come around and just intervene. They also have artillery here to the eastling, so that is certainly very useful to destroy any sort of dwarven push. If they certainly blob up, that is obviously what Erebor, I mean, that's what these things will want Erebor to do, but I don't think they will. I'm also keeping like the unit tags up, just like I've been doing it for like the last couple of battles, just to see what you guys think. Just also can keep an eye on the kills then, just see like how units are doing in the actual game. But if you guys prefer like to be to not be there, let me know as well. I will obviously just see what you guys prefer. Noldor nobles on the walls now. They're Linden getting everything inside. It's still taking its time getting the archers in. I would have put the archers in first before the pole arms if it was but it didn't really matter in this game because like the defenders are being so relaxed. They're not wanting to like pressurize the walls on this side anyway. But yeah, general under attack. Oh, I presume he's just being shot by archers. Is he planning on? Was he planning on selling out to try and get these archers? I mean, I think he was, and you can see Gondor is setting up swords and his general to kind of counter that. Still, like Isengard and like Gondor really just like, nah, we're not going in. But it looks like the first bit of combat we are going to see is the Noldoran nobles, though these things are giving ground. They're going to give ground, and I mean these Noldoran nobles are going to rush up. Are they going to try and like form a V maybe? Ah, I see what they're going to do. They're going to try and lure the unit in, and they've got these Wards of Rune here on the flank. And you can see the Noldoran swords have seen it instantly, and they're like, nah, we're not having that. We're not falling for that trickery there. But there you go, finally, enemies at the walls. So yeah, they finally, okay. Wasn't where I was thinking they'd gone in, but they have gone in. So we now have the first, this is actually the first infantry combat. It's taken a little while. But we are away. We have, well, I mean, these White-Hand Stormers should start away. I mean, it's going to take a little while, though. These Dunherd swords are pretty good. And also they have shock infantry that can support them. Honestly, I put these archers on the wall and see if you could fire down into the choke point. I don't know if they can get the angle, but it'd been worth a shot. We've also got Eastling swords on the walls. And who's being focused down? I don't know who's being hit by all these arrows. Is it the the Locurum archers back here? This is not good. I mean, these things are already kind of outnumbered with the amount of like the defenders are already outnumbered with the amount of archers being brought. They really need to like save their archers as well, because there's like really nasty stuff that's still to come up. You still got like Uruk-hai pikes, you got Founding Guard, you got the Noldorian nobles to worry about as well. So they don't really want to just be letting their archers get shot to pieces. You can see here, look at this. Eastlings. I think this is going to go on for a little while. These things are just going to keep going now. I mean, in all honesty, all it needs is just Erebor to come up along with, like Linden, and they'll just be able to counter this. So all you need is 2 units, and just one to go straight into the swords, one to go into the shock infantry, to stop any sort of flanking going on. But yeah, so it seems like already Blood Avengers getting committed, and that's a little bit of a bad sign. But look at this, the guys with the Isengard hand-me-downs are now fighting Isengard. Oh, they are actually firing arrows down in here. Who's doing that? Oh, he is. The Dunherd archers up here, I think. Oh, no, it's not. It's Uruk-hai archers here. They're the ones trying to support this combat. Not the greatest angle for them. But, I mean, this is the perfect unit to counter the White Hand Stormers, really. It's a really heavy shock unit. Elite shock. Should do a good job. Should do a good job. And it is. Look at that. Losing decisively. These Blood Avengers just cutting them down. And look at this. Look at this. Isengard's like, nah, we're going home. We are going home. Get the towers out of here. They're actually bringing up sappers. I wonder, this is something that they should have done earlier, and they've now pulled them back. Kind of given the element of surprise away. Clearly Dunland was not paying attention. They should have just blown the hole in the wall. Probably blown a hole in the wall where there's also infantry on the wall. But yeah, look at this. Why did he do this? I know he's like got it from this far, but he should have just gone for it. Like, he got about to here. And he was like 90% of the, like, not so 90, 70% of the way there to the wall. And Dunland had not realized. He would have, but now he's kind of making a bit of a scene. And he's making a shot. I mean, he's probably going to be okay, but he's risking also his general blowing up that unit. It looks like Erebor is now going to make a push over here. Here we go. The axes of Erebor are finally about to get bloody. And they are going to be cutting down these Eastlings, I'm sure. Actually, well, it should be a pretty interesting fight, to be fair. Should be an interesting fight. We're just going to see Warlords of Ruin go straight in. It's an interesting decision by the defenders. But, I mean, I guess the sword and shock combo on the other side is really working well for Dunland. So, why not? It's going to still, I mean, the shock is still going to take a while to kill those Erebor axes. They are nasty units. Really, really nasty. Blood Avengers are actually retreating. They've lost about 20 guys. Yeah, White and Storm is also pulling back. You can see archers here. I mean, they're going to gun... These archers should gun down the Uruk-hai archers. They are, like, much, much weaker. I would have thought anyway, but it seems like it's kind of struggling there as well. But here you can see as well, they're finally landing as Gondor on the walls. And they're going to take this little corner. Then they can fight the Eastlings. I mean, honestly, I would be... Where's that Eastling cav? That needs to be down here really harassing Gondor as well. Like, while best time to harass attackers is like when they are landing, because they haven't got the full unit down. You can just hit what you like is landed and then just retreat, and it really irritates attackers. And by really irritates attackers, I mean me. It's so frustrating. That's why it's kind of the only reason you would bring spears if you're attacking, is for that risk that as you land with your men, you may face cavalry on the other side. Erebor's kind of making a little base up here. I mean, he can. I thought he can, but he can't actually. I thought maybe he could go up here. Actually, well, maybe he can. This slope here, I think, is actually passable. So yeah, that's why they have the Locurum Macemen there. They also have halberdiers coming around, and the general putting a lot of resources in it. Maybe it would have been a cool idea to put some archers up here. Imagine putting some archers up here and firing down. That would be an amazing point. But yeah, Erebor looks like he's going to maybe send some Axe Warriors up there. I don't know. He could also just send Axe Warriors around here. I mean, this Variglance I don't think can really stop it. Erebor Axes, like I said, are really heavily armoured. And we do also have the Noldorian, not Noldorian nobles, the Noldorian swords going in. Oh, they captured the gates. I thought he said general, and I was like, is someone general already dead? Very early on. But look at this, the elven double-handed swords cutting down these Macemen. They are losing slightly, but they're going to get a good charge here out of these things onto the dwarves. And there you go. I mean, they should win that fight. I mean, it's going to be close, so it's going to be a tough one, I think, for these Wards of Rune. Erebor Actor, like I said, heavily armored, and they're not a slouch, but like that. Still waiting for some sort of moves over here from the attackers. They're still quite happy just to stand and look at throwing axes. I love it. I really do. They're just like, yes, we will bring down this tower with our axes. It's just like hundreds of axes just being thrown into this tower. It's hilarious. We'll bring it down, one axe at a time. But yeah, honestly, I think, yeah, where's the cav? Oh, the only issue is, I guess, this cav is now kind of tied down. They should maybe throw some shock over there. I don't know. They're bringing some archers over. This is not a good sign, though. Look at this. Wall of Tarun losing decisively, and also these Loki Amazement. I mean, it doesn't help that these archers of the Red Mountain are focusing down the Wall of Tarun, I imagine. But yeah, like I said, dwarves are not an easy race to kill. I was about to call them breed. That's a bit harsh. Easy race to kill. Makes it sound like they're a dog or something. They are losing as well. There are now also archers for... okay, so he's not going to use the archers to attack over there. It's smart. He's going to just use them to shoot and support this fight here. Good idea, but these Wards of Rune kind of getting cut down. I don't know if he really needed to send them in, to be honest. There's another unit of Axe Warriors anyway ready to go in. And there's plenty more at the bottom of that wall. They've got lots and lots of axes. Have Erebor, as they should. Over here, look at this. You can see Wards of Rune, they're losing... Well, they were. Okay, it's changing like every 2 seconds. But yeah, they're going to struggle against these axes. Erebor axes, you kind of need to surround them. You need to, like, if you want to, like, beat them quickly and decisively, you need to get a flank on them as well. Which obviously was kind of what Eastlings were trying to do the entire time. They have broken that Noldorian sword, actually. Well done there. With the inclusion of that Wall of Rune, they have done that. You can see as well that Gondor has finally decided now is the time to attack. The Eastlings busy occupied elsewhere. But, I mean, I don't... Actually, Loki and Macemen are losing here. I guess Gondor has got 2 units thrown in here. But Gondor infantry, we do know, gets beaten by Eastlings. But you can see here as well, Dun and Chosen breaking. They haven't got 1 kill. Kind of happens when you get focused down, I guess. But yeah, landing on the walls here. I don't see Gondor winning this fight. A one-on-one, and they also landed on the walls. Loki Rim love this sort of fight. Are we seeing also... They haven't gone back in yet. I thought they were about to go back in. Isengard either is AFK or is just quaking in his boots to land on this wall. If he's quaking in his boots, I don't blame him. Like I said, I still don't blame him. There's a lot of nasty stuff here. You'd lose your army, I think, landing on this wall currently. But we also have an assault over here by Gondor, and this is a fight. Yeah, look at this, losing. I think this is due to support of archers, but also because Macemen just get that great AP against Gondor. I do like that that's a thing. I actually really do. Like, you see Gondor on the opposite side, you just bring Eastlings. And if you see Eastlings, you just don't bring Gondor. Or you shouldn't anyway. We should just at least try and avoid them as much as possible. It'll certainly be good when Eastlings get more units, because you may not see so much like Loki Rim spam. I don't know. But they are really good. And, I mean, they're like the best mainline infantry sort of like for that faction, and they probably will be for that faction. So, like, if anything's going to get out, it's going to be a lower tier stuff. Noldorian saw more of them getting set up, and even more. They're really thinking they can break through here. I mean, in fairness, if they break through, these things haven't really got too much in the way to defend. Like behind, they've got Cav, they've got a lot of archers, they've got some pole arms as well, and already they're having that issue over here. You can see Cav already being thrown in to silence these dwarves, which they have done, but there's another dwarven unit coming up. I mean, in fairness, the dwarves haven't really got anything else after that really to replace. If they can route this axe unit, they can just go into archers. The dwarves are kind of a little bit thin, as are these things. Oh, this is not a good sign. Look at this, Loki Rim, Macemen, and pole arms kind of getting focused down. What are they going for? What are they doing? Okay, the Macemen are just going to go and silence the archers. It's not a bad idea. The halberdiers got left with the job of trying to pin down the axe warriors. We've got dwarves over here pushing forward, and the response by these things is, I think, should be to bring forward these halberdiers. But they are not realizing that their archers are about to get silenced. I mean, they're nearly out of ammo, so that's okay. Dwarves did break here as well, so that kind of saves this flank for a little bit. But I mean, really, the cav should be just going around and silencing that archer unit really, really quickly. And then, yeah, over here, Arrow Axe Warriors, they're actually beating these Wards of Ruin. Okay. A mad one, that. The elves over here winning their fight against the Wards of Ruin. Kind of surprising with the Wards of Ruin being a elite unit. But over here as well, look at this. Big push by Dunland, and Dunland is actually sallying out with his general. What's he going for? Is he going for archers? Fair enough. And there's an artillery piece here actually you could go for as well. So I mean, yeah, some really good targets here. Dunland may be able to get some really nice kills on Isengard. Also, there's the sappers. Why are the sappers retreating? They should be running for that wall. Blow a hole in the wall. Let these, if you're not going to land them on the wall, land them, let them go through the breaches. But yeah, you can see here as well, Dunland now coming out. He's going to just attack Isengard. Isengard's having to get his men off the towers, and he's like, right, fine. We'll fight you outside the walls if you're not going to fight on our walls. If I was Dunland, I'd be kind of fuming. You had this perfect setup ready, and then they didn't fight like on your walls. You're like, right, that's okay, I'm coming outside. I'm coming to kill you. Blood Avengers, though, they're cutting down these Gondorian swords as they should. They've got their bow militia. I don't think they're going to change that fight too much. I just love the Isengard hand-me-downs. It's just hilarious. There you go, they rout that unit. They may be able to rout this other one as well quickly. And they're saving these Eastlings. They are also winning on this wall here, the Macemen. Look at this, though. There's a massive sally out. They might want to retreat now because the Gondorian generals over there. If they could lure him, maybe to close to the wall, maybe they could get some good kills with him with the archers. They just don't want these they just don't want this these troops to get caught out by archers. I mean, it doesn't seem like Isengard's got too many. He's got archers over here, and he's running them in the opposite direction. Like, his army's in full retreat. Yeah, Gondor's general over here kind of saved any sort of nastiness. Are we going to see a charge here? Champion Reaper's going to go in. And I guess he's thinking, if I support with a shock, he's in a good spot. I mean, to be fair, he is. And look at this, Gondor's going to retreat. Knights of the Silver Swan, they're not having any of it. They're like, nah, get out of it. Champion Reapers, they're really like pushing for it, though. They really want this fight. Okay, maybe not that much, but there you go. Look at this. Catapult firing. Yeah, get your boys back inside. Get your boys back inside. You're drunk, Dunland. Get back inside, boy. We could certainly maybe do some damage here. There is the potential to kill 2 generals, in fairness. Certainly, and kill an artillery piece as well would be huge. But I don't know. We'll come back to that, see whether anything happens. Over on this other side, let's have a look and keep an eye on the dwarves. Dwarves kind of getting sandwiched over here. This is not good. Okay, so we are back. Unfortunately, the replay did crash around about this point, so I basically just got it back to the to where we were. I think we are basically there. Obviously, Dunland is like just sallying out on Isengard, and Gondor has come over to support with his generals. So yeah, we're kind of like the stalemate. You can see the artillery just going in, trying to hit these Blood Avengers. Not really sure what Dunland's plan is now. I mean, they do have the numbers. They could probably just push forward and overwhelm these forces here. I honestly, that's the best policy I can see that they can do. The Cav can obviously support. They get supported in fighting Knights of Silver Swan, and honestly, I think they just should push forward, be super aggressive now. Here on the wall, they could take that out because Isengard's just abandoned his general and the rest of his army, and just sent it all the way over here to support like Gondor. And yeah, this is an interesting policy by Isengard. He's kind of really left his general in danger. Anyway, we've got Wards Ruin in here, and they're really cutting down Gondor right now. Gondor's not having a fun time in this fight here. Seems like the dwarves are making the most sort of progress, but even still, they're kind of struggling a little bit now as well. You can see here that the Eastling archers beating back these archers of the Red Mountain, of the dwarves. Don't know why I thought they were Gondor. I just saw some silvery armored archers clearly. Just thought Gondor instantly. But yeah, over here, Eastlings being a bit risky with their general. Only lost 5 guys, but I mean they've done a fair amount of damage. They just need to be careful they don't lose too many more. Got the general, and we got some Dwarven Barricado. It's got some pretty elite stuff still hanging around. Still no real plan by Dunland here. What they are planning to do exactly? I actually see Isengard pushing forward his infantry. I actually kind of wanted to initiate this fight. He just needs to be careful with this shock infantry. He doesn't just go and throw it all away. But honestly, I think just push forward. Like, they can't hit these guys, kill them with their archers. Really, they just need to close the gap so that these artillery doesn't just keep killing these Dunheard Chosen. I mean, or just silence the Uruk-hai archers. That's what I'd probably do. So if you silence these guys, your shock infantry can rush forward quite happily. But here you go. We are about to see some sort of fight happen here. Honestly, Dunheard swords, they're not going to win this fight. They're just going to need support from the shock infantry when it arrives. And here we go. Oh, we can see the cav go into the general. Not a bad idea. Here he goes. And that'll do a decent amount of damage there. Gondor's general is obviously going to come forward and try and support that fight. But yeah, Dunland's not hanging about. He's going to get straight out of there. Smart man. There we go. I mean, they just need to rush in with the shock infantry now. Rush in. They don't need to send it all in. I think send one unit in and have the other unit just hang back and just support the cav fight.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
There you go. Shock infantry going in. They're going to try and cut down these Iron Stormers, and they'll do a great job, I'm sure. I'm sure they will. So here we go. General versus general now. And that is going to be a huge fight. If Dunland loses this fight, his army's going to rout. And he's going to lose a lot of troops as well. But if he can kill Gondor's general, which he's not, oh, that's not a good sign. He needs shock infantry over there, or these swords at least. He needs to turn this fight around. I mean, he's going to possibly kill this general here. You can see also, the Bayonet Steps coming out, rushing out. They're going to try and help that fight. I mean, they really need this. They should have just sent a chosen unit in there. I don't know why the swords weren't coming in to help in the front line, and they just had a shock support here. But here we go. Dunheard chosen. They're going to go, and that'll hopefully change that fight around. See angry men with big axes chopping away at the horsemen below. And now Gondor's in a real sticky position. Really, that general also Bayonet Steps should have actually gone round and just trapped Gondor, so he had no way of getting out. See as well, look at this. Iron Storm is getting cut down. They're going to rush for the artillery. Not a bad idea. But yeah, this has gone really well to plan for Dunland. He has just sallied out. He's just killed so much of... well, he's not going to kill a lot of Isengard's army. He's going to kill a decent amount. But most importantly, he's going to get the general. That's going to do a lot of damage to morale. And then he's probably going to get Gondor's general as well. Yeah, you can see that's losing decisively now as well. So Gondor also is going to suffer from morale damage. Got Dunheard swords over here. They're struggling against these Gondor swords now. And archers, actually. Got Black Root Vale archers down here. But as you can see, the dwarves really have done very, very well here, as has Linden in supporting this fight. And they're pushing these things back, and this is going to be a problem. Dunland's got to quickly win this fight here. And then you go, enemy general dead. Gondor's general has just broken. And it looks like also the general for Isengard is also broken. They haven't actually killed him, though. They need to kind of run him down. They don't need to worry about this one. They just need to make sure that they run down the general for Isengard and kill him quickly, so then they get that extra morale debuff. Yeah. Oh, no, general recently died, so he's actually dead. Okay, so yeah, now Dunland needs to get his troops all the way back inside, and they need to start defending this this last sort of point. Morale is obviously going to be a problem. Numbers, enemy have more now. They actually, yeah, the allies never had more. I don't know why I ever thought they did. But yeah, so it looks like we need to. It looks like the defenders need to get back inside, defend that last point, because there's only 300 man advantage, and also you got to remember that they have all their generals. Gondor doesn't now, and neither do neither do Isengard. These things certainly do. They need to hold on to theirs. Varric Bowman down here, though, they're doing okay. I mean, they are a sword and shield unit. They should do okay. One of them might need to stay, though, to sacrifice themselves, but maybe not, actually. They got swords here ready to go. They can't afford to let these archers really get cut down too easily anyway, because they need the ammo. And as you can see here, Dunland is still persisting and fighting down here. He's doing a good job. Dunland chosen going in. They're cutting down these Black Root Vale archers and the swords. Piling up the bodies here. I'm certainly excited to see how Dunland does in this battle. But yeah, so it seems like they're going to win this fight here, are the defenders, but I mean, they've got plenty more infantry they can send in. They've got lots of Uruk-hai infantry now over here. We've got Uruk pikes as well, berserkers as well. They'll probably be sent in to try and even that fight out against the shock infantry. Also doesn't help that the Locrian macemen are starting to lose here, but we may see shock get thrown in to support that fight, and the chosen will be sent in. See plenty of infantry. I mean, they need to get these archers into the fight somehow, yeah. Get these archers on the wall, get them into the fight. And into the fight by, I mean, shooting. Do not throw them into combat. There you go. Dunno chosen now, and this choke point's going to hold for a little longer. I mean, to unlock these defenses, all the attacks need to do is get some bowmen up. I'm pretty sure Isengard's got a few left. Gondor may not. I think he may have run out of ammo, but I mean, Isengard certainly has a little bit left. And they're also holding on to this White-Hand Stormer. It seems they're going to just use it for unlocking a last stand sort of thing. I mean, I wouldn't really bother because there's not really like really insane halberds or like polearms waiting for them. Or halberds or pikes, sorry, waiting for them. They've just got halberdiers of Locrian halberdiers, and they're okay, but they're not worth using a sapper for. I honestly think that they should have just used the sappers on the wall. Here we go. This will certainly also help push back this defense. Pikes. Throw pikes in against shock infantry. You're going to win with those pikes. But yeah, there's a lot of Uruk-hai infantry getting cut down here right now. These chosen is nasty. I mean, they are losing now. I'm kind of surprised. I guess they didn't get the greatest of charges off. Here come the pikes. And the Dunlad chosen are going to fall back from this. There's no way they can win this fight. Just look at that, pokey. And these Dunlad chosen have literally no armor on their chest. They're so vulnerable to this sort of thing. Also, if you haven't already, I'd recommend fully recommend go checking out my unit overview of Dunland. I did it recently. It's a really useful sort of guide to tell you what sort of units to bring in like a siege and a battle, strengths and weaknesses of units. If you're interested in checking that out, I'm sure I'll leave a link for that at the end, or there'll be a card somewhere. Check it out. Yeah, Dunland kind of throwing in like weak units here just to pin back Isengard. I mean, he's winning on the wall here. It's great. Archers v archers. I think the Dunland ones have ammo as well. Yeah, they do. They need to win. You can see over here, Dunland's really in a bit of trouble getting cut off. He needs to send troops back to the last stand. Really, he is kind of drawing a lot of troops away. Though also, you could argue from the attack on the last stand. This is not so good. How did this manage to happen? How did the elves manage to get behind the unit? I don't know. But they also get focused down in the front by archers of the Red Mountain. So this halberdier is really struggling. I mean, they are actually turning it around now, winning decisively against these Noldorian archers. I don't really know how. Noldorian archers are in behind the lines. And that's like the last thing that a pike or halberd unit wants. Yeah, they're winning that somehow. Really, they need to they're really retreating now. They're going to throw everything back by the looks of it. These halberds apparently are going to hold. Well, I say that as they start to lose slightly. They need to just get archers on the walls, defend this point here, and get the artillery into action as well. And Dunland, Dunland needs to start sending his troops back. He's got such a large force of what remains. It's slowing Isengard down. I mean, they've killed the two generals of the armies that it matters the most, because dwarves and elves, if you kill their generals, they don't really break. They'll still fight for ages. So, I mean, it's not really worth trying to general snipe them. But general sniping Gondor and Isengard, very, very worthwhile. Certainly Isengard especially. Any evil faction is it's always good to kill their general. This is not a fight that the Locrian can win, I don't think. Shipwright nobles they're battling with here. The elite swords of Linden. This is not a fight that they can win, I don't think. These shipwright nobles fight to like the last man. And right now there's plenty of them. Or the last elf, I should say. But they've got the job of just slowing them down to allow Dunland to get lots more troops back. A good trade, really. You're losing one unit to, say, what, 5 or 6? I don't know why these bowmen aren't starting to fight. I mean, it's good. I would certainly be shooting into the backs of these shipwright nobles, trying to weaken them at least. This is not also good that the polearms here are starting to lose. And I mean, now, then they could just, like, come up this slope and then just cut off any sort of thing. Dunland really needs to get a move on. He needs to get his troops back. But yeah, it seems like, well, this is it, really, for the attackers. It's not a lot, but it may be enough. I mean, it's 600 man advantage. It's enough, probably, to make the difference. And a lot of it is actually infantry as well. They're kind of short on archers, to be fair, actually. Luckily, this is actually a scenario where they don't really need archers. I mean, they've got plenty of Noldorian archers left. But they don't really need archers too much. Oh, and we have a massive attack over here. I didn't even see this. The dwarves are in behind. Wait, I forgot entirely about this. They've been pushing the whole way around. So the attackers had more than I thought. But yeah, this is a real problem. Real problem here. The general needs to get a move on. He's going to charge these axes here, these barrack guard. A really good charge though onto the barrack guard. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're losing the point. Very gradually, but they are losing the point. They need infantry up here to try and change this. The artillery might as well just fire. Fire anything it can. This generally needs to get a couple more good charges like that, but he's losing a lot of men. Dwarven barrack guard. Not a unit really you want to be charging. Certainly not charging head on. You get cut down when you retreat. Yeah, this is not good. I did not realize it was this bad. We've got air administering veterans in over here as well. These guys cutting down the pawns. I didn't even see this entire fight going on. It's so interesting what's going on in the front lines. Not even check what's going on in the back lines. Clearly that was the same with Eastlings. They were so focused on that front line, they've not realized what's going on. Dunland really needs to get back. And why is he sending Blood Avengers back down the... I don't know what's going on here with these two units. They need to get back up the hill. Defend. We've got a shock infantry going in here. So these troops that were going to help defend the rear are now having to be sent in to hold the line at the front because, well, Gondor's finding sneaky ways through. Good charge there, really. I mean, it's Gondor. Look at that, already getting cut down. These Blood Avengers getting over, like, they're going to get over 200 kills, probably. Really solid investment. But yeah, look at that. The cap point's nearly in the hands of the attackers. And the countdown will start to happen. Look at this. And we've got Manchurian claimers. They're just like casually in here. I mean, they've not got too many kills. Shock infantry nearly gone. Mithrin veterans now winning. Bane's steps. They might need to try and do a few great charges here. Noldorian nobles coming around as well. God, you do not want that unit coming around to support. Anything else? No, that's it. That's all they're going to send around. So this could be, I mean, this, if they can manage it, the defenders, sorry, you can kill a good portion of like some really good attacking units here. You have to get it, yeah, these Aramith veterans, you don't really want to just stand and fight. Yeah, poor guy getting cut down there. They need to get some good charges, hammer and anvil with these Bane's steps. Like maybe rout this barrack guard unit. Here we go. They're going to come in. Barrack guard. No more. They'll rout. Well, they should at least. You need things like war cry and stuff popping as well. They also need to try and kill this general, but Manchurian claims are so tough to kill. They're winning against polearms. Jeez. We've got archers in here. They don't have much ammo, but they just need to pin down these units. Mithrin veterans just need pinning down, then hammer and anvil them, and then you're down to just the general to kill of the dwarves, and that could be sort of disaster avoided. You can see they are starting to cap the point once again. Pretty good charge there. I mean, it's not, they are going to kill some more of them off. Don't know if they'll rout the unit. They're beating the Manchurian claim as well, so they are turning this around. So well done there by the defenders. They are certainly turning that one around. Don't know what they're doing over here with these Blood Avengers. What was the plan? What is the plan? That is very, very strange. Sappers here, they're taking a bit of a beating. I wonder if they've been shot at. Well, they've either been shot at or only some of them exploded randomly. But yeah, so it seems like the whole idea now is just slow down the attackers, just allow the defenders to clear up and kill these ones. Look at this, Noldoran nobles now on the point. They will help kill these halberds. Andrew Clay is really struggling against the halberds. Why he's persisted with this fight, I don't know. It's not a fight he could win. The enemy's about to seize their fort? Are they? They actually are, yeah. I guess. I mean, it seems like they. Oh yeah, they've had it in. Wow, they are literally about to recapture it. And there you go. Apparently a valiant defeat. It seemed like they were recapturing it, but they didn't recapture it in time. It was going blue, which is the defenders. But there you go, a valiant defeat in the end, and they managed to win through capping it rather than through killing everyone. I think they may have gone on and won the battle anyway. The attackers. It would be hard to say. They did a lot of units that could have just broken at any point. But yeah, it was a really fun siege. This one was led in by Sachex, who's playing as the Dunland tribes. Did really well. Managed to kill 2 generals as well. His shock infantry strategy of defending the walls certainly threw the attackers off, and they just did not want to attack him. But yes, I know he likes to play as Dunland as well. It's one of his favourite factions. But yeah, he did a really good job. And you can see 146 kills for his generals, not too bad. His Chosen getting like 80 odd kills. I expecting a few of them to get into the hundreds, but apparently not. His Swords getting 98 kills. His Blood Avengers getting 207 kills, really nice. His Elder Archers getting 100 kills. Dunland Archers getting like nearly 100. Then we've got the Duke of Nolo playing as one of these Thing armies, 236 kills with his Bane at the Steps. His Swords doing okay, but nothing like too insane. His Shock Infantry as well. Like, these are expensive Shock Infantry, and they didn't really get too many kills. Lokium Halberdiers, 83 kills. His Archers doing well, getting 162 kills. 91 with the Varag Lancers, is pretty good. Then we have President John F. Kennedy, who is playing as the Eastlings, apparently, from the grave. 73 kills with his General. 181 and 131 with his Maceman, a much better result there. 146 with Wardrooms, a little bit of an improvement. 188 with the Lokium Archers, and 177 with his Varag State. But a lot of actually no, he didn't. These aren't Archers. Okay, yeah, 177 with his Varag Bowman. That was pretty good as well. Then we have Keen, who was playing as Lyndon. Did pretty well with some of his units. I mean, so he's got a lot of fairly healthy units left as well. 202 kills with his Noldorian Archers. 141 with his Swords here. 92 kills with his Shipwright Nobles. Okay, I guess. And then LSG5 with Erebor, he's literally lost his entire army. Wow. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, maybe they had a chance in the defenders, because the last 2 armies that we've got to look at are the ones that lost their generals. But 148 kills with his Manchester Reclaimers, 180 kills with his Arid Mithrin veterans, 50 kills with the Barrack Guard is not very good, especially when it's the most expensive shock infantry around. 249 kills with his Axe Warriors is pretty good. He's got quite a varied result actually with his Axes, 1 at 8 and 1 at 250, we'll call it. Then you got 137 with his Archers. It's pretty decent as well. Then we have Boaz, who is playing as Gondor. 25 kills with his General. You can see here the Swords as well. Not really having a great time facing those Loki-Rim. One getting 123 and one getting 111. It's okay though. The Fountain Guard down at 0 kills here, and they got like nearly murdered, so that's not a good sign. And then 131 with the Black Veil Archers is not too bad at all. Then we have Replica Rider playing as Isengard. Did lose his General, 83 kills before he died. 168 with his Urukai Infantry is the best one he has here, actually outscoring the White Stormers. Berserker's getting 65 kills, his Pikes 90 kills, and his Sappers, yeah, they must have been getting shot at before they could get any kills. And his Honors are getting 79 kills. But there you go, guys. That was today's siege battle. I hope you did enjoy. It certainly was an interesting one. Nice to see a different change of victory, like actually through capturing rather than from like killing the entire army. Some good strategy there, and I honestly don't know how that one would have ended. I think I did say that maybe the attackers would win, like anyway, but I don't know, maybe because like the dwarves were actually out of troops. Elves had a few left, but yeah, like Gondor and Isengard having probably most of the troops left. Looking at it, certainly like Isengard's got a fair decent amount of troops left, and he has no general. They could have just chain routed at any point, so the defenders maybe had a chance. But if you enjoyed, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. Don't forget to join the Discord as well to get involved in some Rise of Mordor action if you want to. And until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next one.